7 a.m. Now, Fox 40 Live continues.
All right, and I've got the author with me, Annie Jennings. Thank you so much. From foster care to millionaire. Really?
Indeed.
You know, and I said to you just a moment ago, I'd rather talk about your life story. I mean, this is pretty fabulous. When you were really young, your mother just gave you up, and somehow you managed to actually, you said, take what you have been through and, you know, add that to your success, succeed because of what you've been through, exactly what you say on the front of your book. So give us a little tidbit about what you mean, Annie.
Well, listen, thank you so much. I think that those of us who have gone through some really tough stuff, if we will hone the characteristics that we acquire during tough times, we can actually use those things to be successful. I found out that what I learned in an abusive environment and from the pain of abandonment and being on my own since I'm 16 were exactly the things that I needed to succeed in business.
It's completely incredible that you take something like your personal life and still, you know, make it a positive or turn a positive spin and use it in your everyday life and in your professional life as well. Let's talk about the strategies that you have laid out, and I think we do have a graphic. We don't have a monitor, so we can't see. But first of all, you say do not rely on job security. What does that mean?
I think it's important that we create our own job security, and the way to do that is to make ourselves the most valuable employee on the job. It's important, I think, for people to bear in mind that when they agree to take a position, they're literally agreeing to sell their time and their talent to the employer. So it's important for us not to steal the time back by surfing on the internet and texting and personal calls and all that kind of thing.
I see.
And to be willing to do whatever needs to be done, of course, that's legal and ethical,
right,
but to contribute to the profitability and the efficiency of the company.
Okay, do what needs to be done. And use your job description as only a guide, meaning be able or be flexible to going maybe above and beyond or things outside of your line of work.
Absolutely. For example, if the toilet's overflowing, grab a mop.
You know, I've got to say, the other day, I went out of my way to jiggle the toilet because you know when it runs?
There you go.
And then I told the person in charge, and of course they got it fixed. All right,
there you go. There you go.
On to the next one. Create your own security. And what does that mean?
Well, I think that we need to be the breath of fresh air in the companies that we work in, even if it's the most stressful, the most pressure-packed environment. If we're the one that walks in and says, good morning to everyone with a smile, and we're helpful, and we're kind, and we're encouraging, and we compliment when others are doing well. I would avoid complimenting physical characteristics, but if a coworker works well with, let's say, a really tough customer,
right,
mention it. Compliment that person. Everybody wants to hear something nice.
Okay, all right. So people do notice when you're
absolutely
positive and nice.
People take notice, and let me tell you, Rosemary, I think I'm glad that you said that because we never know where our next opportunity is coming from. Customers are watching us, vendors, coworkers may leave and go to another company that's hiring. So all of these tips that I have in From Foster Care to Millionaire and on the website and talking today,
right,
cost nothing, are very easy to implement, and if you consistently implement them, it absolutely will open doors.
And just the list that I've read and the little bit I've read of your book, a lot of it has to do with, you know, being positive, repel negativity.
Absolutely, absolutely. The number 3 on my list is adopt a zero-tolerance policy for drama. So not bringing your personal business into the workplace and not sitting and listening to coworkers' personal stuff on the clock. And I'm not saying people shouldn't establish relationships with coworkers, but on their own time. And this is the age of social networking. So, you know, you can share something in confidence with someone during the day and it winds up on Facebook that night. So it's just better to avoid, you know, sharing personal stuff and contributing to drama in the workplace.
Right.
Yeah.
Good point. Set your own personal best.
Oh my goodness, I think it's so important for us to learn as much as we can about our employer, the products and services offered, the industry, and the competition. And we can invest the time at night, in our own time, rather than, watching TV or whatever, in learning on the internet about our employer and making ourselves the most knowledgeable person in the company, regardless of what our current position is.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming in. And you've got no shortcuts to success. So, if you put in the time and you put in the effort, then then it'll definitely pay off.
Absolutely.
And that's a look at your book. And if you're interested in more, you have a website. You probably can.
From fostercaretomillionaire.com. And I would love to hear from people, and there are lots more tips on the website and in the book.
Your story's amazing.
Thank you, Rosemary.
All right, Paul, back to you.
Thank you, ladies. I'll find that, and I'll link it for you under Paul's Picks at fox40live.com. Inspirational there.